Hello and welcome to another episode.
We really appreciate you taking the time to listen to our podcast.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. So let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
Okay, so you know that specific moment, right?
Oh, I know it well.
You're dialed into a really important virtual meeting. Your focus is like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly the person talking just turns into a silent, jerky mime show.
Right. Their mouth is moving, but the sound is just cutting in and out. Or they just freeze mid-sentence with that, that really classic, unflattering, pixelated look.
Exactly.
And look, it's just the reality of how we all do business now. Technical glitches, they happen to everyone. But it's how you describe the failure that really sets you apart.
Right. Because if you say something like, I know here, or
The screen is bad, yeah. I mean, you instantly undermine your own authority.
even if you're the expert on the topic being discussed.
It doesn't matter, you sound like a beginner.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're going to build the ultimate virtual meeting survival kit.
Yeah.
And we're not just listing words, we are unpacking 7 strategic phrases that let you handle that online chaos with total confidence.
Yeah. Our mission here is to take those moments of technical stress and actually turn them into opportunities.
Opportunities for connection.
For professional connection, yeah.
Yeah.
Making sure your language is as polished as your presentation slides. It's all about precision.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The language of virtual professionalism.
Yeah.
And I think we have to start with the most famous and maybe the most embarrassing fail of all.
Oh, it has to be the mute button. The legendary mute button fiasco.
It's on mute.
Exactly. I mean, everyone from the CEO down has said it or heard it. But the real question, the one we're tackling, is how do you handle it when you're the one who's been talking passionately for like 2 minutes to a screen of silent faces?
Ugh, that split second of realization is just,
Yeah.
it's painful. How do you recover from that without sounding all flustered?
So the sources suggest you should focus on the action, not on your mistake. If you're in a more formal setting, say with a client or upper management, you use the verb struggle.
Struggle?
You just say, sorry about that, I struggled with the mute button.
Oh, I really like the nuance of that. That's our phrase number 1. And it's brilliant because it sort of implies that technology was tricky, not that you were incompetent.
Exactly.
You're blaming the user interface, not yourself.
You are. To struggle with something just means you're having a hard time with it. And you can use it for other things too.
Like your connection.
For sure. It sounds so much better than, complaining about your internet. You can say, I'm struggling with my connection right now, so please let me know if I cut out.
That is a really strong phrase. High utility.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about, say, an internal team meeting? Maybe a startup where things are a bit more casual. Is there a faster way to say it?
Absolutely. And this is where our next stream comes in. It's very common, especially in North American business culture. You just say, my bad.
My bad.
Yeah. Quick and simple. My bad. I was on mute. It shows you're accountable, but you're not dwelling on it.
Yeah, that's a great cultural note. It's efficient. It just says, I made a small mistake without a big formal apology that wastes time.
It communicates. Mistake acknowledged. Now we're moving on. It actually signals confidence.
Perfect. So, struggle with formal, my bad, for fast and friendly.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's flip it. We've handled our own mistakes. What about when the technical disaster is on the other end? How do you professionally tell someone they sound like a robot gargling gravel?
Right. You need something that's clinical but also gentle. If their audio or video is cutting in and out, the professional phrase is, you're breaking up a little bit.
Breaking up, phrase number 3. And that's pretty standard, isn't it?
It is. The key here is that breaking up makes it sound like the connection is falling apart.
Ah, So you're not blaming their microphone or their camera, you're blaming the digital space between you.
Precisely. It's diplomatic. Now that's different from when the image just stops.
The frozen screen.
The frozen screen. When that happens, you don't say, you stop moving, you state the technical fact, your screen is frozen.
Frozen. Simple, direct, gets the job done. It tells them to pause and fix it.
Which is the goal, minimizing downtime. And that actually brings us right to etiquette.
Right. Because if someone is breaking up or frozen, when is it okay to interrupt? In real room, you have body language cues, but online.
It gets tricky. You have to interrupt to fix the problem, but you don't want to come across as rude, especially if they're in the middle of a really important point.
So is it, okay, can you interrupt?
Yes, you are absolutely allowed to interrupt for clarity. But, and this is a big but, you have to buffer it. You have to soften the entry.
Okay, so what does that sound like?
It sounds like that. Sorry to interrupt, but I lost you for a second there. Could you repeat that last part?
Ooh, I lost you for a second.
Eh.
That's phrase number 5, and that feels like a power move.
It is.
Because you're not saying I didn't hear you, which could sound like it's your fault, like you weren't paying attention. Saying I lost you puts the blame back on the connection.
It's a subtle but very powerful psychological shield. It protects your status as an engaged listener while also getting them to solve the problem.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered immediate fixes and polite interruptions. Let's get into some of the must-know jargon now. The things that show you're really fluent with these platforms.
Yes. Let's talk about the dreaded delay. The conversation killer.
You mean when you see their mouth move, but the sound arrives like 3 seconds later?
Exactly. And people waste so much time trying to describe that. The single word you need, the technical term, is lag.
Lag.
You just say it in a simple sentence. There's a bit of lag on the line right now.
That's phrase number 6. And it's so much faster. It's professional. Everyone knows what it means.
And if you want to be proactive, you can even signal why. For example, if you know your company's VPN slows things down, you can say that.
Oh, so you'd say something like, apologies for any lag. I'm on the company VPN.
Exactly. That shows a really high level of technical awareness. You're not just seeing a problem, you're understanding the cause. It's a next level move.
It really is. Okay, one final piece of critical jargon, and this one is about presenting. We have got to get people to stop saying, I show you my computer.
Yes, please. I mean, it's functional, but it just sounds like a direct translation. It lacks polish.
So what's the professional standard?
The term, our 7th key phrase, is screen sharing. The verb is to share.
So you'd say, I'm going to share my screen now.
Precisely. And notice how the word share feels collaborative. It's like you're inviting them in, not just broadcasting at them.
That's a great point. But what's the one thing you absolutely must do right after you click that button? Because I've been in so many meetings where someone starts talking and half the call is just looking at a black screen.
The non-negotiable follow-up, you must confirm that everyone is on the same page.
Literally.
Literally and figuratively, yes. You have to ask, can everyone see it?
Or something more specific like, are you all seeing the sales report now?
Yes. That confirmation step is vital. It shows you're managing the technology, not just using it. It also gives people a chance to use the other vocabulary we've talked about.
Right, they can say, I see it, but your screen is frozen. It all connects.
It all connects.
That is a phenomenal toolkit.
Yeah.
So to recap, we have 7 key terms. Struggle with, my bad, breaking up, frozen, I lost you for a second, lag, and share my screen.
Right. And using them correctly is what takes you from someone who just deals with the virtual world to someone who really manages it.
Okay, we've got the fundamentals, but let's talk about that advanced move. How do you make an interruption even smoother, especially if the person speaking is, maybe a bit senior or long-winded?
The advanced move is to use a filler phrase as a buffer, a verbal cushion. A hard interruption can be jarring.
So instead of just jumping in,
Exactly. You soften it with a word like actually or just a second. You say the word, you pause for a beat, and then you deliver the technical phrase.
can you give us an example?
Sure, instead of blurting out, you're breaking up, which is very direct,
A little abrupt.
a little abrupt, yeah. You'd say, actually, pause. You're breaking up a bit on that last point. Could you maybe turn off your video to help the connection?
Ah, that actually is like a little warning signal, the polite flag that you're about to jump in.
That's all it is. But it shows high social awareness, not just technical knowledge. You're managing the person's feelings, not just the tech.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This isn't just about fixing problems.
No, it's about managing the psychology of virtual collaboration. When you use these precise terms, you signal that you are calm and in control, and that makes everyone on the call feel more relaxed.
Which brings us back to you, the listener. Here's the challenge for you. In your very next call, or even if you're just practicing, don't just say, I don't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Try that two-part move. Use a buffer, then the phrase. Something like, hold on, I think I lost you for a second when you mentioned the new deadline.
Yeah. And what's really fascinating here is that the right vocabulary, it does more than just fix a technical issue. It builds confidence. It builds respect. It actually defines the quality of the entire connection before you even get to the business at hand.
It's the ultimate professional power move in a virtual world. Hopefully, you feel ready to tackle your next online meeting with total confidence.
If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to subscribe.
Keep practicing. Persistence is necessary, but the reward is joy. Bye for now.